Battling isn't always the right course of action for a trainer. Sometimes you have to take a different approach. In the Ash era, we've seen our then protagonist and his companions at times stray away from the old-fashioned beatdown, which I must admit do make for some fiery visuals. But being able to step back and analyze the situation, taking into account factors most would overlook, is what separates the Satoshis from the Slowbros. As the new generation of the Pokemon anime enters its third arc, with Liko, Roy, and Dot traveling the Paldea region, no longer getting babysat by the Rising Volt tacklers, we get to see the trio finally face true adversity, and the question of, can the new big three handle themselves on their own, can finally be answered. But let's walk this down slow. All the way back in episode 2, during Liko's many inner monologues, where she's trying to figure out why is she at the center of all this madness from an evil organization trying to steal her pendant, while at the same time being conveniently saved by a group of hired bodyguards. Liko then proceeds to break the fourth wall, realizing she's a heroine. I think I pronounced that right. With our fearless leader now self-aware, the recruitment can begin. Operation Roy takes place in episode 4, when he saves Liko and Sprigatito from a horde of angry Kanto Pokemon. If the promotion material didn't give it away, we all knew Roy was going to join the crew. Even design-wise, the callback to the OG games, Pokemon Red and Blue, was a great style choice for the two. His sense of wonder and her ability to adapt to any situation has made for some great moments in the series so far. Operation Dot, though, was unexpected. We saw no hint of Dot aka Gourmine in the lead up to Horizon's release, which made her addition all that more natural. Being the last member revealed in the Rising Volt Tacklers, the three automatically hit it off, being technically already acquainted, having watched her trainer tip videos on Pokemon as her online persona Gourmine, with Liko being definitely the bigger fan. Liko and Roy would be the push she needed to take her skills IRL, and would be on full display in episode 16 when they try to retrieve Liko's pendant, but working together for the first time as a trio, which was officially stamped in this amazing shot versus Spinel's Magneton in Behem. But let's get to why y'all clicked on this video. Liko, Roy, and Dot are headed to the forest in search of the Pokemon known to be unworldly, mentioned by Rhyme in the previous episode. I love when Roy brings it up to Dot and she just sees this as an opportunity for content. Hatenna then senses something coming towards them, which turns out to be the off-brand version of our trio, with 2 Gen 5 Mons and oddly a Gen 4 Roserade out of all things. Any Sinnoh representation I'm here for though. A quick hill post gives them the strength to explain that they were running from a crazy strong Pokemon that seemingly attacked them for this at all. Roy seeing this opportunity to team up suggests they all go back to face it. After encountering death once, the off-brand trio politely declines and just take off. Now, when the Japanese Twitter account teased these three, I got flashbacks of how great the Dawn alternate universe episode was, and I was expecting them to do the Horizons version of that, so seeing these three leave so early, I was definitely a bit disappointed. Soon after traveling in the Lost Woods, the shadowy figure teased in last week's preview was revealed. I have to say, knowing how powerful Annihilape is, especially during Terra battles, seeing them 10x that in the anime was insane. Every blow seemed like it was looking to end lives. I remember early on when Liko would be constantly bailed out by Cap, which made this way more interesting because that Thunder Punch was not coming. I'd go as far as to say this Pacific Annihilape was on par with Galarian Moltres, maybe Shiny Rayquaza. Once they figured out battling wasn't going to work, Hatenna hops out the hood and pretty much takes over the rest of the episode, learning that the reason why the Pokemon was in a frenzy is that they lost access to their food supply by somebody that cut off their vine to repair their bag. What happens next is what makes Horizons such a fun series to watch. We get the original J-pop track Halo, which is the OP for the second arc in the background, as Liko, Roy, and Dot and their Pokemon build a bridge to reconnect the Mankey with their food supply. Eventually a fight breaks out, evolving a few, and apparently evolution is contagious. And we see Hatena evolve into Hatterene and proceed to have one of the most shocking one-sided battles in the entire series, KOing 3 Annihilate with no problem, then healing them afterwards, because as one of Liko's Pokemon, you gotta keep it classy. This episode went completely differently as advertised, but I think that was for the best. Liko's Pokemon continues to surprise you in the most unexpected ways, which is good to see. One more thing I have to mention, Anne is back. This time possibly getting a good amount of screen time for once. They chose to add this shot with her and Tarabakas very intentionally, in my opinion. There is a lot of fan theories that think Anne is really an explorer. After seeing Sandwich and Onyx, not to mention those who we don't know, take part in the Terrestrial training program, I would not rule it out. But let's save that for the next video, because those are just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.